Star Trek's forgotten theme song is now part of official canon. Star Trek's lost theme song has now officially joined the canon. It may come as a surprise to fans of the franchise, but the classic Star Trek's theme has lyrics sort of, thanks to its creator, Gene Roddenberry. These lyrics have been largely forgotten, and for good reason. Yet, in the story, I knew you were Tribble when you walked in. Appearing in Star Trek #500, they make a darkly hilarious return. I knew you were Tribble when you walked in. Appearing in Star Trek #500 was written by Patton Oswalt and Jordan Blum, with Leonard Kirk on art duties. Set at the same time as the classic Star Trek episode, The Trouble with Tribbles, the story ends right after Scotty transports the creatures aboard the Klingon flagship. Throughout the story, the Tribble narrator voices lusty thoughts about Kirk, and upon being beamed aboard the Klingon ship, falls in love with one of its crew members. As the story ends, the Tribble serenades the Klingon with a song. The origins of Star Trek's lost theme song, explained Alexander Courage's theme to Star Trek, is a classic, and pieces of it can be heard in other Trek shows and movies. The theme has no lyrics, instead featuring vocal effects performed by a professional singer. The theme beautifully set the tone for the show. It was ambient, futuristic, and unforgettable. Yet according to legend, Gene Roddenberry, seeking new ways to make money, wrote lyrics to Courage's theme, which are shared below. Although the lyrics were not even used once, Roddenberry still managed to get credit and thus royalties. It was an admittedly underhanded move on Roddenberry's part, but the lyrics remain for all to enjoy. For the most part, Star Trek shows and movies steer away from using lyrics in their theme songs, with one notable exception, Enterprise. The show used the callings, "Wherever You Will Go," in promotional materials the summer before its release. When Enterprise premiered in September 2001, it featured opera vocalist Russell Watson's rendition of Dionne Warwick's "Where My Heart Will Take Me." The song became a flashpoint of controversy among Star Trek fans, who felt a pop song was out of place in the franchise. While fandom has grudgingly grown to love the song, it still has detractors. Thankfully, Roddenberry's lyrics to Star Trek's iconic theme were never used, and for good reason. They are awful. The lyrics rely on cliches and hackneyed imagery and seem tacked on after the fact, which they were. Alexander Courage's classic Star Trek theme, without lyrics, has stood the test of time. Roddenberry's attempt to shoehorn words to it was disrespectful towards Courage and highlighted some of Star Trek's creators' worst impulses. If Star Trek's theme had lyrics of any sort, it would not be as fondly remembered today. Now, Patton Oswalt, Jordan Blum, and Leonard Kirk have taken Star Trek's lost theme and gave it a hilarious twist, while at the same time adding it to the canon. The story's creators know Roddenberry's lyrics are silly, so they take the idea and push it to its ridiculous extreme. In the Star Trek universe, there is nothing funnier than a Tribble lusting after a Klingon, and making the franchise's lost theme a love song between them is a stroke of genius. It makes gentle fun of what could have been a low moment in the Star Trek universe. The Star Trek franchise has always been synonymous with visionary storytelling, memorable characters, and iconic music. From Alexander Courage's soaring original theme to Jerry Goldsmith's majestic compositions, music has been as integral to Star Trek as warp drives and tricorders. Yet, for decades, a certain melody, a forgotten theme song tied to the franchise's origins, remained overshadowed by its more famous counterparts. Now, in an exciting development for fans and scholars of Star Trek history, this lost piece of musical heritage has been officially restored to canon, reclaiming its rightful place among the stars. A lost prelude to the final frontier. To understand the significance of this theme, we need to journey back to the 1960s, when Gene Roddenberry's ambitious idea for a spacefaring TV series was still a risky gamble. Roddenberry initially pitched Star Trek as a wagon train to the stars, a Western-inspired series set in space. Among the many creative decisions shaping the show's identity was its musical direction. While Alexander Courage's opening fanfare became synonymous with the show, there was another theme written specifically for the unaired pilot, The Cage. This pilot introduced audiences to a very different version of the Star Trek universe, featuring Captain Christopher Pike instead of James T. Kirk, and a tone more cerebral than action-driven. Composer Wilbur Hatch was commissioned to craft a piece reflecting this vision. Hatch, known for his work on The Twilight Zone and other CBS productions, composed a theme that was rich, eerie, and atmospheric, perfectly complementing the cage's mysterious and experimental tone. Unfortunately, NBC rejected the cage for being too intellectual, forcing Roddenberry to rework the series with a new cast, new pilot, and ultimately new music. Hatch's theme was quietly shelved in favor of Courage's now famous tune. As the franchise evolved, Hatch's composition faded into obscurity, becoming little more than a footnote in Trek history. Resurrection through Canon decades later, the tide began to shift. Star Trek's modern custodians, particularly those behind Star Trek, Discovery, and Strange New Worlds, have shown a deep appreciation for the franchise's origins. The latter series, which follows the adventures of Captain Pike and the USS Enterprise before Kirk takes command, has brought many elements of the cage back into the spotlight. From the haunting depiction of Talos 4 to the inclusion of characters like Number 1 and Dr. Boyce, Strange New Worlds has revitalized interest in the original pilot. This renewed focus created the perfect opportunity to reintroduce Wilbur Hatch's forgotten theme. In Season 2 of Strange New Worlds, a key episode featured a reorchestrated version of the theme during a pivotal moment involving Captain Pike. Paired with modern orchestral arrangements, the piece was subtly woven into the narrative, signaling its transition from forgotten relic to acknowledged piece of Star Trek history. The response from fans and critics was overwhelmingly positive. Many lauded the move as a respectful nod to the franchise's roots, while others marveled at how seamlessly the theme fit within Star Trek's broader musical legacy. Why music matters in Star Trek has always used music to enhance its storytelling. From the hopeful strains of Goldsmith's The Motion Picture theme, later repurposed for The Next Generation, to the emotional depth of Michael Giacchino's work on the Kelvin Timeline films, music shapes how we experience the franchise. Hatch's theme is no exception. Its brooding, almost otherworldly quality underscores the exploratory and philosophical nature of Star Trek's original vision. By reintroducing it to canon, the franchise not only pays homage to its roots, but also enriches its musical tapestry, offering fans a glimpse of what might have been if the cage had launched the series. This act of musical preservation also aligns with Star Trek's broader themes of rediscovery and inclusivity. The franchise has always championed the idea that no culture, artifact, or idea should be lost to time. Reviving Hatch's theme reinforces this ethos, reminding us that even the most forgotten pieces of history can find new meaning in the present. Bridging the past and present, the reintroduction of this forgotten theme also serves as a bridge between Star Trek's early days and its contemporary iterations. In a sense, it's a microcosm of the franchise's journey, starting as a niche series with unrealized potential, surviving through adversity, and ultimately becoming a cultural phenomenon. For newer fans, the theme provides a window into a different era of Star Trek, one that was more experimental and less defined by the tropes we now associate with the franchise. For longtime devotees, it's a long overdue recognition of an often overlooked chapter in the series' history. Moreover, incorporating the theme into Strange New Worlds demonstrates how modern Star Trek creators are balancing innovation with reverence for the past. By blending Hatch's composition with contemporary orchestration, they've created something that feels both timeless and fresh, an apt metaphor for the franchise itself.